I'll buy some food. Don't worry about it. Sai, what you doing?
It's because normally in competition for you set up the first game. Just play with this one. The two weaker sides of the group are running by against each other. So it was a must win. If these two teams what's the progress? You know, he's being towards.
Yes, you can.
All right. Display video capture. Okay. All right, perfect. I hope you guys can hear my voice now. Is my voice perfect? Is my voice perfect? All right, the sound is good. All right, good. So let's get straight into it. Those on the Zoom, let's start with you guys. How's trading been? It's been a long time since I did a kind of mentorship or something. So let's start with you guys.
Yeah, we are a bit struggling. This Colin speaking. So Monday, I managed to move 200 to $900, and then so I took out the $200 and thinking I should grow it to 2,000. Now I'm back to 150.
Mm-hmm. So what
The market has
happened?
taken
What happened?
the mistake I
Oh,
made
your
first
mistakes,
was
yeah.
I went to trade Asian session, low volatility. I
Mm-hmm.
entered with a big loss size and then it went against me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What
And
was your
then
trade though?
it was CAD JPY.
Just cut JPY. All right, now
Yeah.
listen. Um, there are three sessions in the market as usual, right? We have
Yeah.
the Asian. It's been a while. I thought like it's been 3 months, 4 months since I thought so. Forgive me if I'm not flowing as I used to. We have
Mhm.
the Asian, the London, and what? The New York,
Yeah,
right?
then you accept.
Right,
Yeah.
perfect. So Asian is mostly flat. That's why you don't really see me trading Asian. The only time I trade Asian is when, you know, I have confirmations in the Asian session and I
Mm.
don't want to kind of miss the move, right? I kind of have
Mm.
FOMO. It's like let's just make an example as this, right? Let's say market is on an uptrend, series of higher highs, lows, right? And I'm looking for buying opportunities here, right? And I took the buy here, or I saw markets, behaving as if it should buy, right? I don't want to miss this opportunity. Maybe you can call it FOMO or something, but I just don't want to miss that opportunity. That's the only time you see me trading Asian session. But mostly Asian session, as I said before, months before that, and even on the course, I've deleted the course though, but it's for a good reason because I feel people were asking Elvis, why did you delete the course? I feel if I really want to do something, I didn't do that course, on a plan thing. I just woke up, did a course out of pressure. It was like I just needed to do a course, have a course and sell it. So I just did the course
Yeah.
anyhow. So I feel like, I need to really plan it out, and really make it very, very valuable. That means I can charge more, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now let's get back to this. Asian session is mostly flat. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
really, really see confirmations, you don't do Asian session. Now, the only thing
Yeah.
that a trader would be looking for in the market is two things. You're only looking for one, confirmation, and even after confirmation, you still need something we call volume. You still need volume in the market, or volatility. Because if you have confirmation and the market is very slow, or the pair is very slow, it's very, very, it becomes frustrating. Picking up
Mm-hmm.
your phone 3 hours later and you are still seeing -$1 plus $1, it becomes also frustrating. So it's always best to stay out of Asian session. London session, there may be a push, right? When that's 8 a.m. GMT or 7 a.m. GMT, there may be a push to the upside or towards the downside. On the
Mm-hmm.
New York session, the opposite normally happens. If London session is buy, New York session happens. What happens on the New York session?
You'll be selling.
It goes the opposite way. If London session is selling, New York session also does the opposite. That means it's what? It's
Yeah.
buys. Are you getting the whole
Yeah.
point? So
Yeah.
if you are going to trade on a flat market, that means there must be a great reason. The only reason that you would be looking for, you'll be taking trades in the Asian session, whether the pair is a JPY pair or whether the pair is an Asian stock, it doesn't matter. The only time that you are going to take a trade here is when you see confirmations. And I will tell you this and this like over again that you don't just need confirmations as a trader. You also need what? Volume. You
Mm-hmm.
need something to push the market. That's why you always see me trading indexes, US 30 and all those stuff. You only see me trading them what? During the New York session. Because I know
Yeah.
that during the New York Open, what happens? Market normally has what?
A lot of volume.
Lot of volume here. So instead of wasting my time, let's say 6 hours here staying in a trade, I save that 6 hours to just trade 1 to 2 hours here. Just with
Mm-hmm.
volume, I hit stop loss, I hit TP, I'm done for the day with just 1 to 2 trades. But everyone wants to get into the market early, quickly as they can, waste a lot of time. Let's say spend 5 hours here, spend 6 hours. Already you are 11 hours in the chart. Before you even get to the New York session, your brain is always what? Stressed. Because of the movement,
Wow.
market to go up, market to come down. Because of the movement in the market, your brain is already stressed. Your mental, your psychology is already dead before even the trade goes your way. Unless you are super super busy, you know that I'm not available during the Asian session, I'm not available during the London session, I'm not available during the blah blah session. You can take a trade and just leave it. After 12 hours, after a day, you can come check it up. So it's not always advisable to trade during the London session. I'm not going to lie to you unless you really see proper confirmations.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Right, so you get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
I get
right.
it. Thank you a lot.
All right, let's go to the next person. If anyone wants to share his or her screen, please share your screen. Before I even talk about the weekly outlook, please do share your screen. Elvis, please, I'll give away reward. Where is my reward to? I
Yeah,
don't always
boss,
have to be
have
giving
you
away. You guys also have to
deleted
give.
all the courses?
Pardon?
Have you deleted all the courses
Yeah,
from your site? Like
that
all the
that's
courses?
what I was saying. I
Crypto.
I deleted everything.
Oh,
I
okay.
deleted everything.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure.
I deleted everything from A to Z. Always, what about scalpers? What session is best suit? Scalpers only trade pre-session. For example, pre-land 2 hours to London session. Boom. You are in 2 hours after landing session, you are out. That should be your max target or your max limit for scalping. Pre-New York session, you are in 2 hours, 1 hour before the session, you are in. During the session, 2 hours or 3 hours into the session, you should be done. Scalping requires at least 3 hours. You know what you are doing. You make your profit, you are out. Swinging, you can stay in the trade for a whole day. Right. If anyone wants to share his or her screen, if you have a chat you want us to revise, you can share your screen.
Sorry, I have a question.
All right. Let's
This
hear you.
comment. Last week I was watching all the news, how they behave on the market, those with
Mm-hmm.
low volatility and everything. But I realized that most when the news is released, in the 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, it goes up and then comes down again. Is it always like that?
You mean
So,
your
for
question
instance, if
again?
it
Sorry.
goes up, yeah, with the news, with the minor news,
Mm-hmm.
when the news is released, I have been watching the chart to see
Mm-hmm.
it always goes up. Like
It
if it's
creates
negative,
a fake out before it goes
yes,
to the
and
normal
then
direction.
it
What
comes
news?
down.
What
But
news? What news was that?
that was the PPPI something. I didn't watch the full
Mm-hmm.
meaning of the news. PPI. It was on JU.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
realized it went up high about 50 pips, and then immediately
Are you
it
from the
drops
Mastery
back.
webinar?
Collins, the cool. I'm everywhere. I'm on your course.
I mean Mastery webinar. Mastery webinar is a different. Um, are you on that page? Who is on the Mastery webinar? Can someone
No, I'm not
revise?
on that page.
Can someone revise to us about how to trade
Mm.
news? If anyone remembers, it's been 3 months. I hope you guys do remember though. Can you
I
remind
think
us?
you put the video on the site, right?
No, no, no,
One of
no.
the
This
sessions.
this is a Mastery webinar. It was a private lesson. They just paid an online
Oh, okay, okay,
something.
okay.
So I
Okay,
need
okay, okay.
someone. I think someone should be here. If you remember how to trade fundamentals, like news like PPI and all those stuffs, not CPI, no, not NFP. How to trade normal news. Yes, Michael in the chat said something about pad and DAP. Who remembers pad and DAP? Now listen, the whole thing about paying money to people to seek knowledge from them, isn't always enough. It shouldn't always be like you pay money to me and you relax. Like you pay money to me and it ends there. There has to be something. And listen, 90%, 90% after you pay for a course or after you pay for a mentorship or after you pay for a signal, what have you, like blah blah blah, 90% of the time, if you are going to succeed, right, if you are going to really get to know this for yourself, 90% of your time depends on you. 10% just depends on me. The rest is up to you. I'll just come and teach you, but this is part, this is that. The rest is now up to you to now figure out. Like I'll show you that, okay, this is how we use this, how to use it, blah blah blah. It ends there. I'm done with my job. The rest is now up to you to say, okay, this is part. Now, how does this really work? How do I want to make this work in my own way? When my mentor was watching one of my videos, I think he got on my Forex course and was like, I taught you this, but this is not how I applied it on the chat. And I kind of found a way of, applying his knowledge on my chat to make it work. So if I teach you something, I'm expecting you not to just relax. Sometimes I don't need to even. People think we need to do mentorship 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. It's all absolutely bullshit. If I can teach you something once in a month and you can apply that knowledge and repeat it, remains it all over and all over again for a month, it's much better than me calling a Zoom meeting every weekend, teach, you don't apply, you forget, you come back the same, wanting more knowledge. I teach. It's just like me, feeding. It's like, just like, let's say I'm pouring water in a bottle, or in a bottle that has leaks in it. You just pour water and the water will just be going out. There has to be something. So if I ask you what is pad and dump, and over 17 people, none can really remind me what pad and dump is, then knowing it is one thing, applying it is another thing. Hey guys, are you guys getting me? All right. So what's pad and dump? Let's get over this. These are basic stuff that we all know. These are basic stuff that we all know. Chat, Zoom.
Okay, so I understand it to be it's initially will pump and then dump,
Okay,
and
so
then
market
then
pumps before it dumps, market dumps
yeah.
before it pumps. Now, on what criteria do we use pad?
Uh, so mean I think when the news is released immediately, like before the news comes,
hmm
you enter the market before the news comes. You exit before it starts dumping.
Okay, before a news comes. Okay, So on what basis do we use pad? On what basis do we use dump?
Uh, that I do not know.
All right, that's why I want someone on the March webinar to help. Mm-hmm.
So what I remember is with PAD when the news before it dumps, and then with it dumps first before it goes the right direction. That's what I
All right,
remember.
so we do get it this way. Pad means, the market. Whenever, let's say, there's a negative news, right? That means you are looking for sales. That means the market tries to create a fake out before it goes the normal direction. Dump also means, this way. So we do understand fundamentals this way. Now, with his question, he was talking about PPI, which is the price index, right? So he was saying that, the news created a fake move before it goes out. So if you know that the news is creating a fake move, that means, but I wanted you guys to know this. At what instance do we use pad, and at what instance do we use DAP? When is the news going to create a fake move before it goes to the real direction? When is the news going to create a fake move before it going to the actual direction? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. During FOMC, okay, on what instance now? Okay, the FOMC is an instance. We use part for users, Dovich, All right, we are going to talk about that. During the weekly outlook, you guys would understand something, all right? During the weekly outlook, you guys will understand. Now, let's go to the mint. Anyone has any other question? Those on the chats have how has trading been? Do you guys have any question? Like, are you struggling? What's really not improving your trading? All right, what's really not improving your trading? You can unmute and talk. My entries. So let's talk about entries, right? If you tell me your entries, I wouldn't know anything. You have to. It's like a doctor diagnosing a patient. If you just tell me, doctor, my head is aching me, how would I know? When it started, the duration. I need to know a lot of information about your problem before I can help you. So if you just tell me, my doctor, my entries, what has your entries done?
Okay, Elvis. Okay, good morning. So, as a day trader, right?
Okay, as a day trader.
Which time frames are you supposed to start analyzing from? Do you use the daily or the
Day
weekly?
trader, scalper, which? Day trader should be 30, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. You shouldn't be focusing on 1 hour, 4 hour. What happens on the 1 hour, 4 hour doesn't really, concern you or bothers you. You should always be looking for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and 5 minutes. Right.
Oh, okay.
All right. So now let's work with during the weekly outlook. I'll be helping you with entry. So pay attention. Okay. I'll be helping you with entry. So pay attention. Now this week is a choppy week, right? This week, the only reason why I would call a Zoom session or call a YouTube live is because I feel a lot of people, and I'm intentionally not going to send a lot of signals. Intentionally, after this too, definitely I'll delete this weekly outlook too, so people can, because this week is going to really make you know whether you are actually going to be a good trader or not. Right, so can we start the weekly outlook, or should we still receive more questions? Anyone on the chat? I use 4 hour and one. Yes, I also use 4 hour and one. How to trade Wednesday news on gold, oil inventories. We'll look at the fundamentals too. Yes, we'll look at the fundamentals too. Please, let's try as much as possible to address him by his title. He worked hard. Oh yeah. You have to call me doctor. One friend with Dr. Krawahami. I always say this, that if you don't call me Dr. Elvis, bro, you've worried me. All right, so let's take this likes to 100 and let's continue. So weekly outlook for this week. This week is a very confusing week. It's everyone would see it to be easy, but this week is a week that you have to pay attention. And I saw a lot of weekly outlooks on Friday, Saturday. So I was like, nah, I have to come out and let these guys know that this was going to happen in the market, because I wouldn't like it if a lot of people are losing money. So count yourself lucky to be here in the first place, because at least you would know what to happen. Someone would be waiting for me for signals tomorrow and will be very, very disappointed tomorrow on God, because I'm not even planning on sending signals, because all the signals I'm planning to send out is basically in this weekly outlook. Like, you get me? All the signals, I have a page of 100k subscribers on Telegram. I have 4,000 subscribers on VIP Max. Yes, on VIP, 4,000 subscribers on VIP. I have, let's say, one something k on Instagram. I have 5,000 people watching my stories on Instagram. I have over 1,000, 2,000 people watching my stories on WhatsApp. But how many people are here? Just 300. So I'm going to work with the 300. After the 300, I delete the video and I go into ghost mode again. These days I've been in a ghost mode. I'm going to talk about why I'm normally going a ghost mode this 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 period. So it isn't for everyone. Everyone wants the easy bread. Post a signal. Let's just copy. Everyone wants to copy and trade because they feel reluctant. I paid $50, $100 to Elvis, so I'm entitled to getting signals from him, bro. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Trust me. It doesn't work that way. If you really want something, you have to be so those on the Zoom chat, we are going to end in 8 minutes. Please rejoin the link. Yeah, please rejoin the link. Please rejoin the link. Hello Zay, how did you come about your discipline? I'm really dying. My mentor told me that in life, right, you have two options. You have two feelings that you can perceive, right? Every human being has two feelings that they can perceive. You either have the feeling of discipline, right? Let me write it here. You either have the feeling of discipline, all right? Let me put it here. The feeling of discipline, or you have the feeling of regret. This is what my mentor told me. And I asked him further, what do you mean by having a feeling of discipline and having a feeling of regret? And he told me that to be disciplined is very hard, so you are going to suffer. To tell yourself that I'm not trading during Asian session, knowing that you have the market, you have the charts, you have your phone in your hands, you have the charts, you can place a trade. It's very, very, very difficult to be disciplined, to tell yourself that I'm not going to take every it's very, very easy to make a plan. Like, let's say a signal is dropped, you tell yourself before the signal is dropped, you tell yourself that, oh, I have $100 account, I'm going to risk 10%, or let's say $10 per trade. But once the signal drops, there's a kind of demon that speaks into us. I don't know what kind of demon is that. It tells you to increase the lot. So instead of risking $10, why don't you risk $50 and try to make more? I don't know if anyone is trying to get what I mean, or anyone has felt what.
Exactly, and I did to lose my 900 from 200 to 900. That's back to 150.
Yeah, there's a kind of spirit, like there's a kind of, I don't know, that spirit is purposely designed just to tell you something that you shouldn't do, and that spirit will come and tell you that, bro, you have $1,000. I know you made plans to risk just $50 per trade or just $100 per trade, but look at this. If you take this Elvis's US 30 trade and you risk $500, imagine the TP hit. Elvis 2 is trusted. Elvis 2 has a good winning rate. So risk. Why don't you risk? Elvis 2 is a US 30 legend. So why don't you risk $500 on this Elvis's US 30 trade and make more than 50% in a day and save yourself some 5 days or some 3 days stress? And once why you say adam kwaso, then you be doing your head quali, then you go and raise $500, and that's trade that you raise. And there's a kind of pattern. I don't know, when I was struggling in my days, right, there's a kind of pattern. The trade that I'm going to risk big is a trade that I'm going to lose. I'm not going to lie to you. The trade that let's say I've made up my mind, said Kadoshi. I would tell myself that Kadoshi, la lie, this one, yeah, they go hard. That be the trade way I go lose. Like, that's a trade that I'll hit stop loss and I will lose more than $500, and boom, I'm back to depression mode. I'm back to feeling, going to listen to motivations. I'm back to, these are real stuff that happen, and you may feel as if, you don't. I know what you guys go through. I've been through, bro. I've been through that level, through betting. I know how it feels. The more you risk hard, there's a psychology behind it that's 90% of the time you are going to lose, and if you risk low, you are going to win. There's a psychology pertaining around that, and I don't know what demon is behind it. right? So
Mm.
this one my mentor told me, or right, is either you pay the price, the feeling of discipline or this feeling of regret, right? You have to suffer to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. It's very, very hard. Discipline is the hardest thing in the world. It's even harder than proposing to a girl out of your league. Trust me, to be disciplined is very, very, very hard. Just few people can really be disciplined. But when it comes to regrets, like what the example that I was making, if after you reach that large on, let's say, USDT signal or whatever you guys see, it's after you lose the money, it boils down to what? Regret. At you It boils down to regret. But if you had applied your 50%, let's say you were risking $50 and everything went well, you would have been what? Happy in a way, because even if you had lost, you have been happy because you were disciplined with your plan. Guys, to make a plan on Saturday, on Sunday, doesn't really guarantee you to be a successful trader. Successful traders is not even about account size. Forget about my rant saying that, don't whatever I posted something on my Twitter today. I'm like, whatever you do in Forex, don't trade with a $10 account. You can trade with a $10 account and be making $1 a day. It depends on you. Right. So please pay. It's very. I know it's very, very. Trust me. I know it's very. I've been through shoes. I've done all these things, and I know how difficult it is to be very, very disciplined. And I also know how painful it is to have regret. Don't get to the level, right, where you have regret. It downs your psychology for the rest of the week, for the rest of a month, and it's very, very hard to get yourself back, especially when you have a job. Let's say you're in Ghana. I always want to, sorry Europeans, sorry those in America, I always want to, kind of put myself down to those living in Ghana, because I'm from Ghana. I was brought up as a Ghanaian, so I want to also put my lifestyle, like in, you know, the normal salary of a Ghanaian, let's say it's $500 or let's say $1,000. So imagine you have, God being so good, you have $1,000 account and you blow it in 2 days. That means you've wasted like 30 days of your hustle, 30 days of your working period only in 2 days. And you know how that hurts. That alone can, like, down your trading mentality, your trading psychology for months, not even weeks, for months. And you are only trying to find yourself to get back up. And the only reason why people are getting into debt because of Forex is they blow their accounts. They go off, find motivation, listen to motivational speakers, find themselves back, go for loans, and come and repeat the same mistake that made them blew the first one. You know, the same mistake that made them blew the first one, and going from, it's like you are still moving in a circle. You do this, you keep repeating the same thing, and you are going on, like a merry-go-round, and you come and say that, yo, I'm not trading well, yo, my trading is bad. Trading is not for me, it's for you. But you are not kind of putting up the whole discipline. Your discipline, you lack discipline. That's what I can say. Well, what's the chat saying? Elvis, your president is giving us $1 daily, so we eat and use the energy. Work for him. Bro, Ghana is crazy. Ghana is crazy. We're not talking about Ghana now, right? I know it's really, really tough. Really, really tough. People think it's really hard to be in Ghana, but let me tell you a situation. I don't really tell people my problems, but let me put you guys on a situation, right? Let me add these guys again. Let me add this. We've not started a weekly outlook. We are just vibing, trying to get, you know, you're just vibing, trying to, kind of settle in. All right, trying to kind of settle in. All right. Please let's go straight to the weekly as we are going to go straight to the weekly outlook. Maybe you might not need this. That's a problem. Maybe you might not need this, but someone needs this. You know, someone has been struggling with his psychology, and I might say something that would boost the person up. You know, I don't really love to talk plenty. I'm a man of few words. That's me. But sometimes you just okay.
No, bro, do you know on spot like with shoes? Oh, what's the point?
Okay. Let me send the link. My PA says I should send the link. Let me send. Okay, let me send the link and let's get straight. All right, so let's start the weekly outlook. I hope everyone joined. So let me resend the link so we can get straight into it again. Yes, 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 yes. All right, let's get straight into the weekly outlook. Like I said, don't expect signals from me this week. All right, so let's start
Sir,
with
President, I'm
DXY.
confused. I am a campo. No, they pay the buy now. About over board dining.
Oh, how then?
Mr. T, over complaining and I didn't you.
Oh, let's start with the weekly outlook. All right, so weekly outlook. DXY. Let's start with DXY. Now, when you come to the DXY, if you have any question, chat, do ask me. If you have any question, those on the Zoom, do ask me. Yeah. If you have any question, please do ask me. Okay. Those on the chat, if you have any question, do ask me. Prediction for World Cup. I see Brazil winning. I don't know. This is let me focus on Ghana's group. Let me just use 1 minute for this. Ghana, we have Portugal, we have what team? What other team? Monkaime,
Korea.
Korea, and we have one other team.
Uruguay.
All right, so this is what's going to happen. Ghana is going to draw against Portugal, right? Ghana is going to draw against Uruguay. Ghana is going to win against South Africa. We are going to be second on the group, right? And we are going to definitely go to the round of 16. And round of 16, we are going to face Brazil, and that's where we are coming home. So limit your hopes with Ghana winning World Cup because definitely we are going to be second on that group, and we are going to because Brazil is going to lead their group. They have a very easy group, and we are going to face them round of 16. So imagine facing Brazil round of 16. Like we all know the story. Let's be frank. Like let's face reality, right? Let's face reality. Or someone thinks Ghana can beat Brazil. Samenyo and why na mo de ne share Brazil no. All right, so let's focus on
Yeah.
DXY.
Elvis,
Yep.
you see your levels, the way you draw your
Yeah, I'm going
resistance
to explain
levels.
it. I'm going to explain everything. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going to explain everything. All right, so this is it, right? DXY actually came for we are still in an uptrend, but we saw a breakout below the whole structure, the whole market structure. Pay attention because if you don't understand DXY, it's basically as if you don't even understand trading at all. Like, so please pay attention. This is what you need for the week. And yes, please like how many people do we have? Oh, come on. We have 384. We just have 133. Please like. Let's get 200 likes before we continue. Let's get 200 likes before we continue. Please, I beg you, like so I can make money from YouTube. Ghana will beat Brazil. Jama, don't make me say things, I beg. Mentor, do you recommend Fibonacci? I don't trade Fibonacci. I don't trade Fibonacci. I've never traded Fibonacci. It is a bear flag. We would see. Let me finish explaining it. We'll draw with Brazil and win. I have hope in Akufo-Addo. Okay, cool. What if it breaks to the downside? We have a plan for it. Just follow through. Love from India. Love you, Aniket. All right, so thanks for 200 likes. Let's get straight into it. So this is what I'm, looking on DXY, right? So DXY, we had the first level. This we were already in an uptrend, series of higher lows, highs. We had a higher low, so everyone was expecting. That was why I lost the CPI trade. The last time, because I was expecting a higher low here. I was thinking this was a higher low, and we would have continued to form, a higher high there. But price, nevertheless, there was a trend line here, you know, that's where price retested and came back to this level. I also feel like, once price get to this level, we are going to see price move to the upside again, because we are in a support level, but price broke below and came to retest this level. Now, look at this very, very well. We are currently consolidating on DXY. Look at this very, very well. We are currently consolidating on DXY. That means price is choppy. So likely, if DXY is choppy, that means a lot of pairs would also be choppy. A lot of pairs will also be moving this way. That also means that we are not going to see a lot of opportunities for this week. That also means that this week is not going to be a week that you are going to catch 200 pips, 300 pips, 400 pips. Max, you can be catching 50 pips. Trade will go back here. You catch your 50 pips. Trade will come back here, because we are still choppy. I getting the whole first thing. Now, how do I came about this zone? Very, very simple, right? This whole area was a support. Look at this very well. Price, let's say price came here, higher highs, low high, came to create a low here, right? I'm still looking at this. We've still not broken this whole level, this higher low here. So that means that we are still intact with the uptrend. Unless this higher low is broken, if this higher low gets broken, that means we are going to see price, we can see something that I call the break of market structure. That means there's a kind of break of market structure, and the uptrend is no longer valid, but the uptrend is still valid. But I only want to see, I'm not calling DXY to be bullish. Hey, I'm not saying DXY is bullish. What I'm saying is DXY can only be bullish. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. You can see it's still consolidating. I can say DXY can only be bullish if I see price. This is a trend line that I drew. Price go here, went up, came. It keeps rejecting this level. All right, price has kept rejecting this level. So I want to see price coming to retest this. This is the first confirmation that I need. Please mute your audios. This is the first confirmation that I need, right? I want to see price retest this trend line. First of all, right, I want to see price retest this trend line. That's the first thing I want to see. If price successfully breaks, comes to retest this trend line and shows signs of bullishness, bro, I'm in for DXY. I'm getting more convinced that DXY is bullish. Currently, like I said, we are still not bullish, we are still not bearish. Everything that we see is choppy. But the only time I would really call, this is the first confirmation. The second confirmation that I would need to say DXY is very bullish again is DXY breaking above these weeks. Breaking above this week, consolidating a bit, then rally up. So if that's going to happen, my target should be somewhere 109.500. Remember, we are at a resistance level. You guys call it supply and demand. Demand is the support, supply is the resistance. That's what you guys call it here. That's what you guys call it here. Hello.
I only know support and resistance, no demand, no supply.
All right. So supply here, they call it supply here. I don't use those things. Now on the new course, you guys are going to see different things altogether. Like I said, I want to make a course that people don't see them on YouTube. Someone can come to my course and say, I watch Elvis's, basic video, the first 2 or the first 3 videos, and most of them is on YouTube. My brother, are you dumb? Sometimes when I hear those kind of comments, I'm like, are you dumb? how how wouldn't you see how to buy or how to sell? That's an introduction video. Every course has to come with an introduction because someone don't even know anything about trading. So if I want to show you how to, let's say, use lot sizes, use what a spread is and all those things, definitely you're going to see those gimmicks on YouTube. You get me? You're going to basically see all those beginner stuffs on YouTube. Definitely, the only thing that you're not going to see on YouTube is the advanced stuffs that maybe I see this, I see that, I see that. That makes me think this market is going to go this way. And that has been my own, kind of way of trading. That's what you're not going to see on YouTube. But for the basic stuff, like how to buy, how to sell, how to use lot size, lot sizes in the market, what is technical, those are things that every trader can see on the market. And if you're going to tell me that on YouTube, but if you're also going to tell me that we can see all those things on YouTube easily, why aren't you successful? Or why don't you really trade like some of us do trade? If you can see most things, people are too glamorous. I don't know if it's you being a minder or you intentionally, not like some people just come and they'll just be like, yo, I can see this. You don't need to buy anyone's course. You can just go to YouTube and quickly, of course, you can go to YouTube and search what lot sizes are, what blah blah blah. Trading doesn't end there. You can go to YouTube and see channels and you see wedges, patterns. Like there are a lot of books that will teach you pure technical analysis. But how many books don't people download? How many books don't people buy? How many books? Like there's basically everything you need on YouTube. But there's something that we call the mastery and the advanced level. That is where you'll be humbled. That's where you'll be humbled more. Let me off my data. Right now, let's go back to what I mean. Right, for the new course, right, this week's analysis. I base it on block orders. Right, I base it on block orders. Sometimes I take my trade based on time frame. Sometimes I do take my trade based on fundamentals. Sometimes I do take my trade based on candle confirmations. Sometimes I do take my trades based on wick fills. Sometimes I do take my trades based on support and resistance level. Sometimes I do take my trades based on moving average, that's the 50 moving average. Sometimes I do take my trades based on trend lines. Sometimes I do take my trades based on strictly fundamentals, right? These are all that I do, and that's what I've simplified. So on the new course, you see that I would move from, let's say, trend line, how to take trades with trend lines, what I see. Mostly I do trend lines with break and retest. That's what I do. If I don't really trade channels, I hardly trade channels because channels, it's for babies. Market gets here, buy, market gets here, sell. Market, bro, once you advance in these things, you should leave it for the kids. If market has a breakout, it retest, you sell. Like break and retest, that's what I basically do with trend lines. Or maybe whenever price is coming here, I'm looking for rejection to this level, right? Using what my candle confirmations. Like there are a lot of things that's on the new course. The new course, I restructured everything, talking about technicals, and technicals is broken down into 11 lessons. That means time frame strategy has its own course, 20 minutes. Fundamentals has its own course, 20 minutes. Candles, like everything has its own course. So it makes you know which type of thing that's going to work for you. Sometimes support and resistance would work for you. You know how I draw my zones, how I'm, why am I saying that market is going to get to this level before it buys? Because normally everyone will quickly buy this thing, right? And we are going to talk about gold and all those things. You are going to understand why am I going to sell before it buys. And I promise you that tomorrow DXY is going to go bearish before it goes bullish. And the only reason why, listen, and if DXY is going to go, pay attention to this very, very well. Please pay attention to this very, very well. If you are drinking water, stop drinking the water and listen. Right? The only reason, listen, if DXY, I'm asking a question to the chat, right? Now, everyone pay attention. If DXY is going to go down, what do you think is going to happen to USD XXS space? And what I remember months ago, I used to teach this, so you guys should know this by now, right? USDX. We have two scenarios of what's going to happen this week. I want you guys to understand it, not just copy signals, bro. We are growing. Let's try to understand the market for ourselves. Let's try to understand how Elvis also trades. Without buying my code, at least you have to understand at least how I trade. This is a different kind of thing that I'm doing this week. I normally don't trade block orders, but I'm trading block orders this week, right? So first of all, yes, if DXY is going to be bearish, that means USD space is going to also be what? Bearish, and XXS USD pairs is going to be what? Bullish. Now mind you, we've drawn a block order. I'll teach block orders. I'll teach it on the course, not here, but just follow through. I think you understand me. Yes, if it goes down USD, yes, you guys know those basics that I taught the other time. Glory to God, we understand that. Now that means that we are going to have, I'm expecting this to happen in the market. Listen, I'm expecting some scalp buys or some scalp sales. If DXY is bearish, that means I'm expecting some quick movement on USD to the downside and some quick movement on gold to the upside. And I'm going to explain it on the chart. It's going to reflect on the rest of the pairs. You need to understand what's going on DXY. Yes, Asawena Charles. Yes, USD is going to sell. Now, after this sell is done, you can see I indicated that if we reject this trend line again, like I said, there's a trend line. If we reject that trend line again, that means DXY is bullish. So same week, we are having two scenarios in the same week. This is not going to be the normal weeks that we have market, we have markets going on in our normal direction. Like, no. Same week we have two scenarios. This is scenario one, right? You can write it down, you can jot it in a book or something so it guides you. If you don't believe in me, you can try it and let's see if it works, right? If you can try it and let's see if it works. You have another scenario. Let's say USD that means USD is going to what? Buy, and XXS USD is going to what? Sell. So we have two scenarios in the market. So if you see USD if you see DXY selling, that means you are looking for this opportunity. But my whole move is I'm not interested in scenario one. I'm not interested in trading scenario one. I'm not going to be a scalper this week, guys. Trust me, I'm not going to be a scalper this week. I want to wait for the first confirmation to set in. I just want to wait for market to settle in down to this level. Then I will roll with the scenario 2. I don't know if it makes sense. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Does it make sense? Can someone summarize what I just said in 1 minute or something? We have two scenarios, yes.
So basically, from DXY, if it's bullish, yes, the express will be bullish. But from what you have drawn or from your analysis, DXY is going to be
Sorry, come
bearish.
again. Start from this the DXY explanation. Talk about the scenario one. Talk about the scenario two. Then we can go on.
So scenario one, DXY is going to be bearish
Mm-hmm.
till that trend line, meaning that USD XSS pairs are going to be bearish as well. That's pairs like USD CAD, USD CHF. But then XXUSD pairs will be bullish for the meanwhile. That's pairs like Euro USD, Pound USD. They'll be bullish for a while until the trend line, which will now bring a main reversal where DXY will be bullish. So when DXY is bullish, then pairs like USD CHF, USD CAD are going to be bullish as well, and the opposite for the other ones.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
So two scenarios for tomorrow, and I said that I'm not interested in the scenario one. I want the scenario one to give me a confirmation. So if I see this break above this, that means my plan didn't work. So I would just have to move with the market because yes, if it's bullish, fair enough. But if I also see this and I don't see a rejection and I see price breaking below, that also means that it has broken below what the whole ranging area. Are you getting me? So I'm also going to change my bias to look for what
So
sells on USDXX space. But this is the original plan. Original plan says DXY should come here, and my target for DXY should be 109 point what 00. So I'm very bullish on DXY, but I just want to see market faking a lot of people out before we the big players or we the smart traders come in to catch the real move. So tomorrow is going to be like I think it should happen markets open, market will fake a lot of people rushing into getting profit. It's going to fake them out. Then we are patient, market is going to give us the meal. So I'm very bullish on DXY. A lot of people are very bearish on DXY, which, I don't really know how they really see them, but everyone has his own way of seeing the market. But this week really fit into block orders for me. Now let's go to the next. Let's go to talk about the next thing. That is XXX USD. Now let's talk about XXX USD. Yes, let's talk about XXX USD. Same thing here on Euro USD. I want to see now. Are you now paying attention to the scenario that I made on DXY? Right, DXY was supposed to what sell before it buys. What will happen to XXX USD? The opposite.
buy before they sell.
It would what buy to this block order before what it sells. And look, the only another thing that's giving me more confirmation is what the trend line. So we need to see price retest here before we sell. So my target for Euro USD should be 1.02600. You can take a picture of my chart and also fix it into yours and have a nice trading week. You don't need to rely on signals this week, I promise you. This is my whole bias. This is what I'm going to be doing this week. If I make this profit, I'm done trading for the week. If I make all these profits on a Monday, I'm not even going to bother myself on looking at the market the following week. Now the same bias too here. DXY is, if DXY goes down before it goes up, what happens here? Price goes up before it does what? It comes down. What more confirmation that we use? We are using what? Trend line. So we want to see a rate test here before price comes down. Our my prime target should be here. This is why I'll be looking to take my TPY, because price retested here before, and we are likely to retest here before. So my TP should be somewhere here. So my target for this week on odd USD should be 0.66400. All right. Now let's go to talk about the next pair, NZD USD. Same analysis. You can see these analyses are like the same. right? Because what is DXY doing? DXY is still doing the same thing that is doing, right? So we have a kind of one double top. We are likely going to see a triple top here. Then price would come to the downside. Why? Because DXY is moving to the downside before it goes up. So the opposite happens for XSS USD pairs. DXY, NZD XSS USD actually moves on to the upside before it goes down. Our stop loss above this whole level, our entry here, our TP here. Just look at the wild risk reward ratio. Someone would be waiting for signal, you know, someone will be waiting for signal by just missing this session. It's very very easy week if you understand what you're doing, because if you don't really understand what you're doing, it's going to be very difficult. Why? Because DXY is choppy. Now let's talk about the XXS USD pairs. I'm not trading USD CHF cause why? Because we've already missed the entry. Price had a break. Who can really talk about USD CHF here? I'm on sanctions, so I don't have money. So I would have done a giveaway. I'm on sanctions. My stars are blocked, so no giveaway. Just tell us the answer and we'll clap for you.
Price had to break a retest for that trend line.
Perfect. Perfect. So simple. Price had what? A breakout, a retest. This was where our entry, and it even retested the moving average. This was where our entry should have been, right? And we missed
Yeah.
this trade. Look at the pips that it
Yeah.
went. It's now consolidating. Though it's going to go up though, but it has to come somewhere here. Play a lot here before it goes up. And I'm not really ready to play with them. I'm just not ready to play with USD CHF. So we've already missed the real move. If you miss, listen, there are a lot of pairs on Forex. If you miss a move on the market on a pair, leave that pair, say thank you pair, and go to the next pair. Bas, leave that pair, say thank you pair, and move to the next pair, right?
So guys, what's your moving average?
MA50. I always use MA50. The new course, you would see how I apply it. And I use it just for one time frame. Because if you go to a different time frame, like let's say the 1D time frame, look, the 1 week time frame is saying something different here, right? It's saying something different. It's saying sell, right? Giving us different signals. The 1D time frame is saying buy. The 4 hour time frame is saying sell. The 1 hour time frame is saying buy. The 45 minutes time frame is saying buy. The 5 minutes time frame is saying sell. So moving average, you just have to use one time frame. It's on the course. Don't worry. The new course would be released December. Serendipity trading concepts. This is just my concepts. My concept. I'm not adding anything that anyone taught me. This is how I see the market. Boom. It ends there. All right, let's talk about USD. So USD card is off. USD CHF, I'm not trading it because we've already missed the move. Someone was asking me, Elvis, what was the real move? This was the real move. Break rate test. This was a real move. It had a breakout. Break rate test. This was what I was saying, that I always look at the market. I will always see. I always want to see in the market. Once price has a breakout, I always want to wait for a rate test. Then I take my entry here. Then it goes up. That was the same thing that happened here, and boom. So we've missed the entry. Once you miss the entry, don't chase the market. Move on to the next pair. Right. It's just like someone tested me. When was it? Was it Friday? Always, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay, you have my time. You have 10, 20 minutes. Let's talk. And he was like, I'm sad. I'm like, why are you sad? He was like, I'm tired of life. I can't deal with it anymore. I'm like, bro, like talk to me. If you want to talk to me, talk to me. Because bro, time is money. Some of us, just talk to us. Be real with us. It was like, he has been supporting this girl. He has been in a relationship with this girl for 5 years and has been paying the girl. The girl went to nursing training. I don't know how nursing training works in Ghana, but he said the person goes to nursing training in Obuasi or something, and he has been paying the fees of the girl, taking care of the girl. The girl goes to school, like a feeding and everything. Now the girl is done with nursing training. The girl wants to marry a doctor. Like, she wants to move on. So it has broken down the guy, that the guy is saying, I don't know if I'm sounding like Andrew Tate. I don't know if you guys know him, but this is what I told the guy. My bro, girls always upgrade, they never downgrade. If a girl is going to leave you for another guy, that means whatever you are supplying or whatever the girl is, you are giving to the guy is giving to the girl is getting more than what you are giving to the girl from another guy. I don't know if you guys will get me. We guys, we are
Yeah, we
brought
get
up to in a society. If you're a guy and you don't have money, you don't have value in the society. That's how our society is being brought up. So that's why a girl can help you spend your money. That's why you can get into marriage with a girl you think you love. Girls, that's the reason why you can get into marriage with a girl that you love. But lose your job, lose, let's say, your house, lose your cars, the girl will divorce you and go and stay back to his parent, or sorry, her parent. Why? Because you are not being able to pull up like you used to be. A girl or a woman will forever respect you if you are able to pull up or do things that will please her than another man. Like I tell you, girls upgrade, they don't downgrade. So why would I? This is what I told the guy. Why are you going to keep stressing yourself over a woman who has moved on with her life with another guy who is doing better than you? The only, I always see. For me, I've never really had a broken heart, like broken heart, like, nah, bro. The only broken heart that I had was in betting, when I lost all my funds in betting. That was the only broken heart. But the reason why most of us can't really give our all to relationships is very simple. If shit happens, they are going to leave and going to go to the next person. And this is what I told the guy. Instead of you crying, my girl has left me, I'm brokenhearted, why don't you put that energy into working on yourself? Thank God you didn't marry a gold digger. Thank God you didn't marry a girl that was just with you because of, on a condition that you were providing something for her. Thank God that didn't happen. So why don't you just put that energy into a hustling mode? Someone would be in a hustling mode, like grinding. People will not understand the person. Yeah, Tinakuma. He has been broke. He has gotten brokenhearted, and he's just working. Out of that, it should be a motivation, my bro. It should be a motivation. Listen, you are grinded and you are thinking about relationships. Like, bro, are you really serious? Like, that should be the last thing that comes into your head. That should be the last thing that comes into your head. So that's what I told the guy, and the guy was like, I won't understand. I'm like, hey, Fakwasiako. you know, then I was like, jokingly, then I
Plenty
just left
women.
him.
You are fighting over one woman.
Bro, if they want to go, just move on to the next person. Like, don't just quickly get it. Try to be better. Like, let that be a motivation. Gonna cry, who crying some few years later or some few months later. Don't be a simp going to apologize. Hey, bro, you are the prize. You give that, you feed that girl. So why would you go simp crying? Hey, I'm sorry, don't leave me. Don't remember the good days. What fucking good days? If you had remembered the good days, she wouldn't have left you for a doctor. Guys, like, be top G's. Like, you are the prize. Value yourself. Like, are girls watching me? They may not like me. All right, let's continue. All right, so same thing for DXY, same thing for USD JPY, right? Price will move to the downside before going to what? The upside, right? So just because DXY was moving to DXY will move just because DXY was moving to the downside before it goes up. So that means XXX is also what going to imitate what DXY is going to what bring up. So I want to see price retest this trend line or maybe this zone before it goes up. My target for USD or USDJPY this week should be 141,500. I hope it makes sense. So who doesn't really? There are a lot of pairs that I made analysis on. But let's just focus on what we need now, right? The XXS USD and the USD JPY. Isn't this making sense to you? Isn't this making sense to you?
Elvis,
Yes, sir.
please, the way you drew your trend line, it's confusing me
They
small
make
because,
sense. So if
yeah,
you want us to draw the trend line this way, this is the best way. All these candles are just liquidity grabs. Liquidity grabs. It just comes because they know that this is what's going to happen. If you are taking trades here, right? If you are taking trades to the down, if let's say this is the market and price is retesting it, they know that you're going to look for buying opportunity. Every beginner or every amateur is going to what? Buy here. Buy. And everyone will buy. So market has tried to cut all those buyers off just like that with just a candle, a single move on the candle, then it goes back up again. So you will hit stop loss and trade will come back to entry. You wouldn't understand. It's because of liquidity grab. So that's why I say I don't really like trading in channels like buy, sell, buy, sell. Like leave those things for the how do you call it? For the kids. Once you come here, you know that there's a liquidity grab. Price just came to cut a lot of people off, then went back up. Price came to cut a lot of people, then what? Went back up. Maybe we're fortunate here. Price didn't come for any liquidity grab. It just went back up that way. I'm hearing ICT concepts. There's not ICT. Liquidity grabs is not a word ICT manufactured. Like, I've never watched ICT. I've never watched, I don't, bro. Whatever works for me, I'm just focusing on it. And I'm trying to improve on it every single day. Every single day. But it's good you learn those stuff too, bro. It's very, very good. My chat first, the market has a lot of broken heart lesson than girls. Bro, sometimes you need the girls. Trust me, you need them. Especially when you blow account continuously. Hey, you need girls, my brother. Let's not lie to ourselves. Let's not lie to ourselves. All right, so that's that for DXY, XXX, USD, XSS pairs. Now let's focus on gold. So gold, this is my prediction on gold. I want to see this happen on gold. When we draw a 1 hour time frame on gold, we can see prices moving in a downtrend. So downtrend, what are we looking for? We are looking for a series of what? Lower highs. Remind me, lower low, lower high. We saw a lower low here, right? Price broke below, so we want to see price giving us what? A lower high, then price goes where? A lower low. Very, very simple. So my target for this week on gold should be somewhere 1740, right? But I'll be looking for entries at 1760. That means I want to see price go for 100 pips. This is the scenario. Like I said, I'm not interested in scenario one. So scenario one could be buying. Yes, it could buy 100 pips, 8,000 pips. I don't give a I'm sorry, I don't care. I only want to be interested. Please, those on the Zoom, kindly rejoin the chat. Yes, I'll talk about the entry confirmation. All right, so lower highs, that's where you get your confirmation. Then you would sell to this whole side. So my target for gold this week is 1740. right? It's 1740. Now let's talk about oil. Let's talk about oil too. Let's talk about oil. Oil. Let's talk about the U.S. oil. U.S. oil, also known as the crude oil. Right. Also, I want to see price. We've already missed the move. I didn't want to trade. I didn't want to trade. Oh God. But why is everyone laughing though? Did I say anything funny? Like it's like everyone in the comment section is in the chat is laughing, laughing, laughing. Like, did I say anything funny? I thought I was speaking sense. And I'm man kind of yeah. Jobs in Ghana make the tension for the president go down. And now you now cry for stand president. Now I'm not interested in being a president. I'm not fit to be a president. I'm just going to say it as it is. It's easy for us to come and share our opinions. President do this, president do that, but for Tinanko so you understand. It's not an easy job. Even dealing with just a few 100,000 people on Telegram is very difficult. How much more a whole Ghana? Hey, nah, bro. Yeah, your girlfriend advice was very fun, bro. These girls, you guys, you don't know. Girls would only always leave you for the next man when you stop pulling up for them. When you stop pulling up for them. Someone will say, hey, my girlfriend is not like that, it's not like that. You go broke for 2 years and see something. People, you experience. All right, there's World Cup, so let's just hurry up and go watch. I don't know what the scoreline is. Let's hurry.
It's 2-0.
Wow, Qatar scored 2.
Nope, you're losing 2-0.
Qatar losing 2-0. Mitra bet and Kedime.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. It's good not to bet. That's why I tell you, my brothers, betting is not a good thing.
A good start. This is a win that they needed. So
Okay. I was planning on coming back to bet, but it's like I'm already discouraged. All right, so let's talk about US oil. This is how I teach guys. Don't really take my words serious, especially with anything I'm saying. That's how I teach. I try to make fun, but with the girls thing, I'm serious. Fear women. That one day, I'm serious. All right, so this is the US oil chart. We had a breakout. We are currently on a breakout on gold, and I don't think the breakout is still done. We are not done with the breakout. Price would only come for a retest around this level, right? The previous level that it had somewhere here. Then we are going to keep pushing to the downside, right? So price would likely come here, then we'll push back to the downside. That's so my target for US oil. There's a 1 hour time frame. My target for US oil is 74.00 for this week. Now let's talk about stocks. Now let's start with NAS 100. Now NAS 100 too, I'm seeing the same thing, same 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we still see a bearish sign, but I want to see price move to this side or to this zone. That's like 100 pips move. I want to see that happen before I take my sell somewhere here. So I'm planning on taking sales around 11,790 or 11, yeah, somewhere there. Then I'll take my sales back to 11,550 or 11,500. That's like 300 pips or points target on Nasdaq. So my target, so it's just basically like what I explained on the DXY. Price will create a fake move and the real move is here. So I'm not interested in scenario 1. I'm only interested in what the second scenario. So that is, this side, right? Now let's talk about US 30, the final thing that we'll talk about for today, then we should be done. US 30 really confuses me a lot. Why I would say this, I don't really know what was happening here. But look, we had a breakout. Price broke above this whole level, right? We had a breakout and price came for a retest. Let me use another color so it makes sense. We had a price coming here, we had a breakout, a retest, price moving to the upside. So we are likely going to see US 30 continue pushing up tomorrow, right? Tomorrow maybe Asian or London session. I wouldn't be surprised if US 30 keeps on pushing. But I'm not interested in the buys. I'm not really interested in the buys. Just not be me being interested. I could be catching some insane points here, but I'm just not interested in the buys. I'm only interested in the sell. So I would simply wait for US 30 to come back to 33,900 column or 33,900, 33,950 column. Then I'll be taking big sales to 33,480. That's almost like 500 points or 500 pips to catch on US 30. So 500 pips to catch on US 30, NAS 100, 300 pips to catch on NAS 100, gold almost 300 pips also to catch on gold. That means we are running about 200 pips to catch this week, right? So even without even the currency trades that I posted them, the currency trade that I talked about, these are the stocks and commodities pips that we can catch. I'm not even talking about Germany 30, JPN 225 and all those stuff. I'm not even talking about US oil and all those things. These are just three of my favorite pairs that you guys should know. So I think we are done with weekly outlook. You guys can rewatch the stream and get the vibe, like just rewatch the stream, try to understand my targets again, try to understand why my biases are like this for this week, right? So that is that. Do we have any questions? Chats on the Zoom and everywhere, do you have any question? Judith says fear women, says saying men should rather fear their selection when it comes to women. I don't want to start this debate though. Elvis, please, have you been asking us to watch the course, but I don't know if you have given us access. You had access on the course for over 2 years. The course has been active for over 2 years. I'm just running an update, guys. I'm just running an update. I can't keep selling the same thing for over 2 years. Like, it doesn't make sense. I need to upgrade, with camera, with content. It has to be professional. Like, it has to be something that whenever you're even watching the videos, be like, haha, I'm even watching. Even when you're bored, there's some optimism of you even coming to watch the video. I want to create a content, like a nice content. 2020, I'll get serious with my YouTube. I'll be deleting most of the videos, like, because now I have a new camera guy, a new videographer who is a white guy, very professional. So I would start YouTube. But I want to just start with the course first. Try to rebrand everything, upgrade it, right? So I deleted everything on the course, so there's no course currently. Those that want to join the inner circle too, you can follow me on. No, don't test me. Don't test me. No, you test me. If I reply, I reply. Follow me on Instagram. If this is your first time, Elvis Justice official underscore, Elvis Justice official underscore. Follow me, test me. This week, yes, I may trade publicly, but I'm much more focused on trading privately since I'm not going to even delete the stream. So I'll see everyone on the flip side. Fear women, pray to God. Have the feeling of be very disciplined. It's best to be disciplined, to suffer, to be disciplined than to suffer, than to regret later, right? I said that today, right? And that is it. I was on the 3rd hour time frame. Gold has formed a heads and shoulders. After heads and shoulders, what else do you guys really see? Because where's the heads and shoulders? Show me. Where's the heads and shoulders? I don't see any heads and shoulders. Nah, this is not a heads and shoulders. Bro, this is not a heads and shoulders. All right, any question before I leave you guys? Any questions before I leave you guys? Let's watch the Warriors. We are going to watch Ghana's game live, and I'm going to give a commentary. Obviously, those who are new, how do we start? The whole thing is, I want to, invest so much in myself, not just in myself, but in my community that I want to bring out one of the best courses, not just in Africa, not just in Ghana, but in the world. And I want it to be so valuable. Sometimes I even give my course as cheap as $50, $100, and people don't really see the value in it because it's very, very cheap. That is fine. I understand it because I was just teaching from Zoom. I just hop on a Zoom meeting, teach people, record it, place it there, come and watch. I understand that. So people really don't really have the feels, but this time I'm not going to do that. I'll be teaching in my trading trading floor, like where you guys have been seeing I think I posted it on Instagram. So I'll be teaching from there. There'll be a camera, just like how we did this. Let me see how we did this. Let me see whether I can show you guys this, how we did, I think, the webinar last time ago. I've forgotten the day that we did the webinar. Let me see whether I can get it. Yes, let me see whether I can get it.
It should be February, I think. Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Maybe it's even deleted because I deleted a lot of stuff on my YouTube yesterday. Okay, bro, I don't really remember, but it should be one of those days. I think it's deleted too. Yes, maybe I deleted it. Those that have been following me for long really remember that's live stream. We had a nice live stream, and yes, I taught on my trading floor. So that's how the course is going to be for the theory aspect, and for the life aspect. That's where I would hop on to Zoom to really, really, really teach. So yes, you are not too late, and it's going to be expensive, of course, because like I said, I'm investing a lot of resources into this. So it shouldn't be, I can't give a price now though, but it's going to be expensive. So if it's best you get it now, you get it at a cheap price now, then wait for December, watch the course and get the course. Already you get access to the signal room, right? 2 signals a day, 1 to 2 signals a day, right? All right, so let's answer some more questions. Fear woman, bro, fear woman.
Alice, please.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
please. How far with the synthetic profile?
Yes, I'm on it. Listen, to build a prop firm, I thought it was something like you just invest 1 million and you are done. Bro, the minimum amount that you can invest in a prop firm is 12.6 million. I'm done with the website. I'm done with the liquidity provider. I'm done with offshore market. Let me see what are they? Offshore markets. I'm done with a lot. Like, I'm done with a lot. Website and everything. It's just not about printing websites. Paying $6,000 a year to MT4, MT5. Of course, you are going to pay them $6,000 a month. No, a year, just for your prop firm to be on MT4, MT5. 6,000 each, that's like 12,000. Okay, we are done now. You now need to find a liquidity provider, and liquidity provider, you are paying them 4,500, I think, or something for 6 months. That means times 4 times 500 times 2 is like I don't, the calculations I've really forget, like 9,000 already. Like 33,000 or 34,000 was just gone in just making a prop firm, like just organizing a prop firm. I haven't even funded 12.6 million in there yet, because if you are going to fund a prop firm, let's say someone is buying 400k, that means you have to, I hope you guys do understand. Now the whole thing about prop firm is, this whole thing is a prop money, right? This whole 400k that you guys think is a real account, unless you get a live account. I would make a live video, and talk about that, But just know that this whole thing is a prop. This 400k live, 100k live, they are all prop money, right? It's just prop money. But someone asks, how am I making profit from a prop money? That is why they really give you 10% limit. That 10% limit is a real money. The rest of the 90% is just for the account to look big. But they are not going to tell you that. So when I got into this business, I started talking to a lot of people that's always in this, and they explain the whole thing. And that was the minimum fund that I can fund, 12.6 million. And glory to God, I have investors and people coming aboard to do this. We already have the money, but because of sanctions, everything has been so slow. I debugged or deboarded prop firm. I actually wanted to also do a broker. I actually canceled both of them for my 2022 plans. That was a goal that I wanted to smash this year, but because of politics in Russia, blah blah blah, it can't happen, because you also need minimum 33 million on. I think 1 million is okay, but if you want the broker to be like paying people on time, sometimes some brokers will delay you. They are just looking for money from somewhere. They are just waiting for someone to lose money before they can pay you. And I don't want to have a broker, when I start my broker, that to happen. And also, yeah, that is that about it. I just don't want I want to really start, so these are all the money. So if you can do the calculation, that's like 50 million US dollars. And but glory to God, I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing this with more time millionaires, so coming together to make this a whole brand. But I'm just using the serendipity as a face. I'm just a face of it. But behind me, like, there are a lot of people coming aboard to really make this a business. So that's that for the prop firm. The reason why you guys haven't heard from me, bro, sanctions has been, curbing us. But listen, it's not easy to open a prop firm. It's not easy to open a broker. Like, I thought it was easy, but just $33,000 just to make even a website, liquidity, and all those things. Trust me, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I beg you guys, I'll be a little bit patient for me. Right, I really wish I can start business now, but if I start business now, trust me, it's going to be very, very, very difficult for most of you, and most complaints will come back haunting at me, and I don't want that to happen. It's just like putting your money in a bank. Sometimes you get to a point where you can't even withdraw your money from a bank, because the bank is trading with the money to multiply the money, and they're in a trade, and the trade is running in negative. You want to withdraw your money, oh yeah, they cry. Sometimes your withdrawal delay, and you go to the bank, and they will tell that be patient, we are going to rectify the, or boy, they are just trading with the money. So that's the things that really go on in the financial world that most people don't really know about. So you have to open your eyes and really know about, get into this thing. So if you want to get access to the course, we are still it's very, very, very cheap, as low as $85. So you can just get it now. Just work with Signals for now for 1 month, and when the course is being launched, it's going to be very, very expensive. I can maybe charge one course $250, because bro, there are a lot of things that's going to be in this, especially when I'm adding Signals, bro. It should be maybe $300 or $200, and I don't care whether there's economic issue in people blame, your president Akufo-Addo was blaming, the Ghana's president was blaming the Ukraine and Russian war for the current economic wars in Ghana. So what do you think about those that really are in Russia and Ukraine? What do you think has happened to their finance? What a Ghana, one could be one and found who be you are complaining. So how much more those in Russia and Ukraine? How should they complain? So that's not an excuse. In business, there shouldn't be an excuse. So that's it, right? So I hope you guys, your questions are answered, or you have more questions for me.
Yeah, please. Maybe the question has been answered before, but I didn't get it. The old people that were on the course, how will be their fate?
No. You don't need to pay anything to me. I would be a criminal if I should charge anything again from you. If you are for life is for life. You are with me for life, you know. So you are not going to pay anything. You just have to be patient and pray for me and let's work things out. You don't need to. Old people that had their course deleted. I know most people watch all the courses. It's good if you don't watch. If you didn't watch it, if you kept procrastinating to watch it later, sorry for you. Miss the old course. Just wait for the update, and you don't need to pay anything for me. I'll be a criminal to charge anything again. The new ones are the ones going to pay, and I think I'm looking at $250. It wouldn't be less than $200. I can promise you that, because the new courses I've invested a lot of time, and there's something that I started doing last 2 months. I started doing this last 2 months. I'm just hoping to finish the whole project December, right? Because I want stocks to be stocks, forex to be forex. You're not going to see forex videos on stock page. You're not going to see crypto. Like, I have to teach everything again. Cryptocurrencies, futures. There's a new course, futures options. I have to, like, there's a lot of things to do, right? So sometimes when I go mute on Instagram and all these places, bro, I'm working hard, right? I'm working hard. All right. Any last question before I leave you guys?
Thank you very much.
Someone says Ghana and rotate. I'll start making videos too. Your girl doesn't love you. Your girl, hey. Mario Kunipa. All right, Elvis, they reply me. Does a break and retest doesn't really always happen. It always happens when, let's say, when we see a breakup, price breaks, gets here, and you would see a rejection like this. So this should give you a confirmation. This whole thing should give you a confirmation that it's a break and retest, and you just put your stop loss below it, your TP somewhere here, and you just ride with the market. They call you now. My phone is not on. I turn off my phone. I've been on a losing streak for over 6 months and just couldn't get out of it. I've blown a lot of accounts and currently in so much debt. I'll tell you a story, maybe genuine, about how I got into a lousy debt. I've been in debt before. I did a YouTube video about it. Even went on plenty Instagram lives talking about debt. But I got into a lousy debt. That I'll explain it to you guys. Maybe genuine. If someone will remind me, I would. There's a lot of story. There's a lot of things to learn from what I went through. I would explain that somewhere genuine. Let's pray and hope. And I think you guys are going to learn. Maybe I'll do a YouTube video about it or something. But you guys are really going to learn about it. I've seen people go from 100 to 0, from 0 to 100 again. It's not magic. And I've seen people go from 100 to 0 and they never came up again. And I've seen people go from 0 to 100 and they never went down again. What are the difference between these three people? I'm going to have a nice live session, maybe on Instagram or on YouTube. I don't know. Then we will talk about that. It's just basically like your mindset, right? You guys know how I teach. I always use real life events and real life occasions. But debt is a very, very bad thing, especially when you're in debt, bro. You can't. If you're in debt and you are trading, your only source of income, or your only kind of thing to pay your debts, your only source to pay your debt is trading, bro. Wahala. It's very, very difficult. It's going to be very, very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. And it's not like it's just a psychology thing. Because the more you want money, money runs away from you. The more you want money, you lose money. It's going to be very, very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. That's why I always say that some of you won't be able to survive the things that some of us we've been through. All right, so pad and dump, pump and dump. It's going to be in the course. You don't really need it. It's part of the fundamental. Now, the fundamental course was broken down into 8 videos. That was because I'm a fundamental trader, so definitely fundamentals should be my main thing. Fundamentals was broken down into 8 videos. You have the fundamental basics with the theory. That was when I was teaching in the classroom. Then the rest was on Zoom, on Zoom. I think 6 videos on. Charlie, you can't miss this course. It's very expensive, but a lot of info is on it. And after you have this course, bro, you don't need me again, even in your life. You don't even need signals from me because everything is detailed. I just gave my all to this course. All right, so if you can pay it now at a cheaper price or pay it big when it's released. I love everyone. Take care. God bless you. Those on the Zoom, we are going to have another session on Saturday. Take care of yourself and please fear women. I beg you, fear women. God bless you and see you tomorrow.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. So I texted you concerning the hedge fund profit. Please, can you, if you have time, can you please?
I no longer do hedge funds.
Oh, okay.
I no longer.
No, the Profirm account.
Profirm.
Management, yeah.
Profirm.
The person.
I no longer do it. Did someone take your money or something?
No, I reached out to them like early this month, but I didn't get a reply.
They didn't reply because I stopped. They won't reply.
Okay.
The page will even be deleted. But though we are passing some accounts though, but nah, it's 2023. I'm just focusing on different things, different. That's why I want to really do this course before 2020 starts, because my focus wouldn't be. I want to be a broker, so a broker can't send you signals. I can't be sending you signals for you to come and win and chop my money. Like, you get me? To come and chop my broker. Like, you get me? So there's going to be a kind of like there should be more of mentorships than signals for next year. So I'm trying to diversify myself. So bro, I wouldn't be having time to trade for people, do hedge funds. Like, bro, I'm growing. Like, I need to level up. So it's part of it. It's part of it.
Okay, bro.
Right. But at the right time, and I'm a boy. At the right time. Right.
But
so you just
can
give
I test you?
Yeah, give me a test.
Can I have like a personal
can test me. Anyone can test me. I'll
Okay.
reply. I think I'll go eat, then shower, then come back to my phone. Right.
Okay.
So see you guys tomorrow. Let's have a nice weekend. Fear women and be safe.